Hey, Exotical darlings, this is Coco Exotical. Thank you for being here with me. Today, we're going to talk about why broke people hate watching you spend your own money. So let's get into it. The truth is that nothing triggers people faster than watching you spend your own money in peace. Maybe you buy yourself something nice, book a trip, or invest in your future, and all of a sudden everyone's in your business. Everyone's a financial advisor now. They're not paying your bills. They're not funding your lifestyle. But the second that they see you enjoying the fruits of your labor, they start talking about how you should have saved that money, or you must be showing off to get attention. But the truth is, they don't hate that you're spending money. They hate that you can spend money, right? They hate that you move through life with an abundance mindset while they're stuck in survival mode. Money envy runs deep, especially in people who've been conditioned to believe that struggle equals virtue. They see money as scarce, limited, hard to get, and something that runs out quickly. So when you spend freely, not frivolously, not without thought, but freely, they see it as arrogance, not alignment, right? But the psychology behind their way of thinking is fear. Fear that your abundance means that there's less left for them, right? Fear that your success exposes their limitations. An abundance mindset says, I don't have to stress. I can enjoy myself because there's always more coming in. A scarcity mindset says, everything is limited, so if she has it, that means that I can't have it. So when those two energies collide, when you're living in flow and they're living in fear, it creates tension, right? You become the walking proof that their excuses won't work anymore. So that's why they start watching you and monitoring you so closely, right? They're not just watching you spend, they're studying you because deep down they're confused, right? You might have the same background, the same education, the same job, the same starting point in life, but you're moving differently than they do, right? You prioritize peace over drama. You spend on quality, not quantity. You invest in yourself, in your quality of life, and in your future instead of trying to keep up with the Joneses and impress other people. And that difference in lifestyle threatens people who need others to validate their way of living, right? Then they tell themselves that you're being reckless, but in reality, you're being strategic. You're playing chess while they're still playing checkers, trying to win at life with coupons and complaints, right? For example, you buy yourself a designer bag, and all of a sudden your sister or your auntie starts talking about how some people have it easy, or some people don't have any problems or struggles in life. But she's not really mad about the bag. She's mad that she never allowed herself to believe that she could do something like that for herself as well. Or you take your PTO and go on vacation, and your coworkers start talking about, she's always on vacation. She must have a sugar daddy, or she must be making extra money somewhere else. Meanwhile, they haven't used any of their PTO in over 2 years, and they make being exhausted their entire personality, right? Or maybe you have a friend where every time you go shopping together or you go out to dinner together, she's making comments about how much you're spending. But whenever you buy her luxury gifts for her birthday or for Christmas or something, she has nothing to say about the price, right? Or whenever you treat her to a nice lunch or dinner, she never declines it. That's her surveilling your spending habits and disguising it as concern, right? That's her trying to control you. Some people feel the need to control you because they try to control what they don't understand, right? Your spending habits reflect freedom and freedom and independence intimidate people who are still struggling with their own limitations. So when you live in abundance, you're standing confidently and you're saying, I trust myself. That's the real flex, right? It's not the bag, it's not the trip, it's not the house or the car. It's the confidence that says, I know how to create more whenever I need to, right? They watch you and monitor you because they don't have that same level of self-trust. They think that the only way to protect themselves from life is to hoard, restrict, limit, control, and criticize other people for moving differently, right? And let's be real, sometimes they just want to humble you, right? They want to pull you back down into the lack mindset, limited mindset, comfort zone that they themselves never left. You don't need to justify to anybody how you spend your own money. They're not paying your bills and they're clearly not living your life, right? Silence is power, so let your results speak for themselves. You don't have to tell everybody everything or post everything on social media, right? Privacy protects your prosperity, so let them guess and let them speculate, let them wonder and let them assume, right? It doesn't matter. You don't need to correct their incorrect assumptions. And if they're constantly guilt-tripping you, side-eyeing you, or questioning your choices, then it's okay to create some space and love them from a distance as well, right? The truth is that people who live in lack are always going to misunderstand those who live in flow, right? They don't hate your spending habits. They hate your freedom and your independence. They don't hate your money. They hate that you stopped living in lack and asking permission to enjoy your life, right? So keep spending wisely, saving strategically, and living beautifully, because when you operate from abundance, you're not just spending money, you're setting an example of what's possible when you stop apologizing for having it. So tell me about it. Have you ever had broke people monitoring how you spend your money? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.